JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Espresso with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today's the 3rd of September 2020, so yep, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Thursday's morning session where we're going to have a quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, also just before we jump into the charts, a quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our JFD Bank website and specifically our JFD research page, which we also update on a daily basis. So yep, feel free to visit us here on jfdbank.com and click on the research tab right there on the top. Now, jumping into the charts. Now the first one I want to quickly mention is the Nikkei 225. So this morning we had a nice opening gap here to the upside, managed to overcome this 23,339 level, which I spoke about yesterday, and the most important, we had a nice daily close above it. So basically all this increases the chances now for this index to move further north. Initially we'll target the 23,806 zone marked by the high of the 20th of February, and then we'll take it from there, because above that we do have more levels. We do have the highest point of February here near the 23,995 territory, which is basically fractionally below that psychological 24,000 zone. So again, guys, yep, for now, like I said, let's keep an eye on these higher levels, especially if the price continues to balance above the 23,339 zone. If it starts falling below it, this is where it will become a little bit more neutral. However, to examine the downside, or should I say larger extensions to the downside, then we would need to see a strong move back below this downside resistance line taken from the high of the this June 10th. So again, keep your eyes on that one. Shanghai Composite, the index is slightly in the red today. However, from the technical side, you can see that it still remains above this short-term upside support line that I keep mentioning. This one's taken from the low of the 27th of July, and in a way, as long as it stays above this upside line, there is a good potential for this one to move higher. However, if you're more on the cautious side, you could wait for a break above the 3,415.7 territory here in order to get a little bit more comfortable with higher levels, because such a move would confirm a forthcoming higher high. Now, in terms of the downside here, as I've mentioned to you guys previously, we need to see a drop below the 3,307 zone right here in order to get a little bit more comfortable with lower levels, because what we don't want to see here is this one moving lower below this upside line, moving lower, but then finding support somewhere around here and then reversing back to the upside. So we've seen such scenarios happening several times. And another thing is that, of course, if, let's say, for example, this the price moves below this upside line and then, let's say, tests the area somewhere near the 3,307 zone, but then reverses back to the upside, then we'll be getting ourselves here a possible nice range. But again, that's maybe a little bit too early to talk about, but just maybe something that you should keep an eye and keep in the back of your heads. Jumping into Hang Seng here, the Hong Kong index. As you can see, I spoke about this index recently, last week, if I'm not mistaken. Basically, the index is drifting back down here. Yep, however, it still remains above this upside support line, so this kind of gives a bit of positivity still here for the whole for the near-term outlook. But in order to get maybe a little bit more excited about the upside, we would need to see this one rebounding from this upside support line taken from the low of the 19th of March, and then moving maybe back above this 200-day EMA. So like I said, just to be a little bit more on the safe side. For now, you can see that yes, the index is very close to this upside support line, so let's see if it can continue to hold. If it cannot, and if we see the index breaking that upside line here, then of course keep your eyes on the low of the 20th of August here near the 2421 zone, a break of which may signal here a possible trend reversal. Yep, we could see this one pushing a little bit further south, but again, for now, all eyes are on this short-term upside support line. Let's see if it can continue to provide a hold up here for this index, and let's see if the bulls will see this as a good opportunity to step in here and drive this one higher. If you're more on the cautious side, like I said, wait for either a push above the 200-day EMA here, or if you want, you can wait for a move above the highest point of August here near the 25,847 zone, yeah, then we could consider a further move higher. Just a quick recap here. I do apologize, I mentioned the 2,421 zone, but it actually is 24,621 zone, so yeah, got mixed up here a little bit. But nevertheless, like I said, keep your eyes on these two levels, and most importantly for now, keep your eyes on the short-term upside support line taken from the low of the 19th of March. Now jumping into German DAX, DAX had a good run yesterday to the upside, and yep, it came close to this 13,314 level that I keep mentioning in my videos, then yep, it failed to kind of move above it. However, as we can see on the cash index, the cash index did move above this barrier, but the cash index right now is declining back below this area, so it's currently just fractionally below this area. So basically we did have a move higher, but now the German DAX is, the cash index is currently balancing just basically fractionally below this barrier, below this highest point of July. So in a way, in order to get excited about higher levels here and potentially aim for the highest point of this year near the 13,795 zone, we need that nice daily confirmation above this hurdle, and then yes, we could consider a further move north here. So keep your eyes on that one. In case this index struggles to move above this 13,314 zone, then, well, I mean, all this area right here within this ascending triangle pattern will be somewhat of a neutral one, because for us to consider lower areas, we would need to see a break of this short-term upside support line first, and then yep, we could see a further push lower here, maybe going below this 12,850 zone could do the trick for more sellers. But like I said, we'll get to that point if we get a move back towards this upside support line. For now, we're examining the upside, and today let's see if the index can move and continue trading above the 13,314 zone today, because like I said, right at the moment is just kind of oscillating on the cash index, is just oscillating around this level. So let's see if the bulls can lift this one further north. If they can, then the next target is the 13,795 zone. Jumping into another index here, which is the dollar index, and I've talked about this one from the beginning of this week, and basically what I was saying, that keep your eyes on this positive divergence. Although we did have a decline here, but then as you can see, this 92.24 area kind of did provide some support, and you can see now the index is pushing higher. And what I was telling you guys yesterday as well, that if we get a nice push above the 21-day EMA here, shown as the yellow line, then yes, we could consider maybe a bit of a larger correction to the upside towards this downside resistance line taken from the high of the 23rd of March. So in a way, like I said, this move higher could still be seen as a temporary correction before another possible leg of selling. So again, for now, all eyes are on the 21-day EMA. For everything's kind of leaning a little bit more to the towards the upside. So let's see if the bulls can actually lift this one at least maybe towards the 93.81 level. Gold is declining. Obviously, the US dollar is kind of strengthening a little bit. So, but again, it's a very interesting spot right now, both for the DXY because it's near this 21-day EMA, and for the gold because it's very close to this short, medium-term upside support line taken from the low of the 20th of March. So, in a way, what we're going to do here is we're going to probably take a bit of a neutral stand because, as we can see here, the commodity did push above this 1976 level that I mentioned previously, but failed to stay above it, and this kind of led to a decline. However, the precious metal is still above this upside support line, so in a way, kind of we could say that yes, overall we're still quite positive as long as it stays above this upside line. But to get a little bit more excited about higher levels, we need to see that nice daily close above that 1976 level first, and then yes, we could consider a further move higher. In case this upside line breaks and the then if the commodity, if gold starts trading below this upside line, then all eyes are on this little support zone near the 1901 territory, 1901-02 zone, which, as you can see, acted as a fantastic area of support recently. But if that gets broken, then, well, I mean, further declines here could be possible. So for now, guys, keep your eyes on that one. It's very interesting, but like I said, be very careful at the same time. Bitcoin, quick update here. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one because yesterday I talked about Bitcoin, and basically the same idea remains because we had a bit of a decline here, and it started shifting lower, drifted below this 21-day EMA, and in a way everything's kind of leaning a little bit more towards the downside. However, what we want to do here is we want to keep an eye on this upside support line taken from the low of the 13th of March. So in a way, it could still provide a hold up here for this crypto, and if it does, then yep, we could see a nice reversal and a push back to the upside. On the other hand, some might say that if we get a break of this upside support line and we get a drop below somewhere this area, somewhere below the 11,100 zone, roughly around here, then this could mean that we could be seeing a break of a neckline, because if we have this kind of complex potentially complex head and shoulders pattern here, and that's why a break of this upside line could come at the same time with a break of a neckline. So and that's where we could see further declines. But again, for now, we're keeping an eye on this upside support line. We're putting a bit of emphasis on that. So let's see if it can provide a hold up. If it can, then yep, wonderful news for the buyers. We could see this one reversing sharply to the upside. But if not, then yes, of course, if this gets broken, then well, lower levels could be met. AUD-NZD. So I've talked about this one yesterday, and basically I was saying yes to keep an eye on this upside support line taken from the low of the 18th of March, which, as you can see, currently seems to be acting as a good area of support. Now, if it continues to do that, then we might see this scenario that I've drawn yesterday, where we see a nice rebound and a push higher. However, if it starts falling below this and we see a the daily candle remaining below this upside line, then maybe not all is good here in the bull block, and we could see this one rolling over and pushing further south, guys. So one of the levels you could keep an eye on just in case is the 1.08 level, so approximately around here. So that 1.08 territory could be that kind of level, a break of which could open the door towards a lower area. So keep your eyes on that one for now. USDCHF, so this is coming in line with the whole DXY idea that I've mentioned earlier, and yep, we can see that after kind of rebounding from this area, from the 0.9010 territory, the index, oh sorry, the pair is moving higher. However, this move higher is still going to be considered as a temporary correction before another possible leg of selling. So because we're still trading below this downside resistance line taken from the high of the 28th of May, so that's why I'd be very careful for now. Although yes, there is some positivity here, but we have this downside line which could provide a hold up. Now in case this downside line gets broken, of course, then yes, we could see this one going for a bit of a larger correction. And the reason why I'm saying a larger correction, because you can see yourselves that this is, we're still trading below another downside line taken from the high of the 23rd of March. So in a way, and if you want to be a little bit more on the safe side, you could keep an eye on this this high of the 3rd of August here, and that's basically also the highest point of August near the 0.9242 zone. A nice good pop above it could, yep, open the door towards higher levels, so keep your eyes on that one. But for now, all eyes are on this shorter term downside resistance line taken from the high of the 28th of May. GBPUSD. So by the way, as well, I've mentioned forgot to mention that we do have some data coming out today. So the economic calendar is quite stuffed, I would say. We do have the services PMIs, composite PMIs from various countries in Europe, also the US. So US will produce its ISM non-manufacturing PMIs as well. And yep, like I said, the initial, and the US will also deliver its initial and continuing jobless claims. So for now, in terms of the initial claims, there is an expectation to see and the continuing jobless claims, of course, as well. There is an expectation to see a number coming out lower. However, let's see if that comes out true. In terms of services PMIs, here, for example, when we're looking at GBPUSD, this one might get affected by the UK's composite and services PMIs for August. They're coming out, the final ones, of course, that are coming out today. We'll see how that comes out. I mean, will they confirm the preliminary ones? But for now, from the technical picture here, for example, on GBPUSD, we can see that the rate is currently getting a hold up near this 1.30 to 84 territory right here, marked by the high of the 31st of December. And in a way, even if it drops below this, then we could see GBPUSD moving further south below this area, but up until this short-term upside support line taken from the low of the 29th of June. So this is the first kind of good area of support here for this pair, but if that gets broken, then yep, this could lead to a larger correction to the downside. But again, for now, all eyes are on this 1.3284 zone, which is the highest point of which is the high of the 31st of December. Let's see if it can continue to provide support. If it cannot, then a break of it, yep, could lead towards this upside support line taken from the low, actually not from the 29th, but the 30th of June. Yep, there we go. So the 30th of June of this year. So for now, all eyes are on this. If by any chance this 1.3284 level does continue to provide support, then yep, a nice reversal here to the upside could increase the chances of a possible test of this 1.3515 territory, marked by the highest point of December of 2019. And then yep, we would take it from there, guys, again. And finally, EURUSD. So EURUSD is drifting lower as well. Again, we will be very careful here because on one hand, yes, it could drift further south. However, on the other, we do have this upside support line taken from the low, the 14th of May, which could provide a hold up here for this pair. But as you probably follow me now, that if we get a break of this upside line, then yes, of course, this could increase the chances for this pair to move to move further south. For now, this move lower is still considered to be as a temporary correction, so let's see if it can continue doing that towards this upside line, and if then of course let's see if this upside line does provide a bit of support. For now, probably from the very short-term perspective, I will say that we're a little bit more bearish than bullish here, but only up until this upside support line or this 1.1725 territory. So keep your eyes on that one. So guys, I really hope you found it useful, and thank you very much for watching and listening. If you want to catch my video later on, my trader's tea time is always 13:15 GMT. For now guys, I hope you have a wonderful trading day. Stay safe guys, and I'll see you later. Thank you very much, and bye bye.